You're listening to a Prairie Punk House Companion right here on the Prairie Punk Press Network. The views expressed by any host or any guest on the Prairie Punk House Companion are the personal views or opinions of the people who express them and do not reflect the views or opinions of anyone else on the show or any company, employer, or any other organization that the individual expressing them has or will affiliate with in the past, present, or future. Hi everybody, you're listening to your Prairie Punk House Companion. We are now on episode 37. My name is Neckbone.
Hi, I'm Jerbear, and it's Sunday for some reason.
It is. We're rarely recording on a Sunday, on a weekend.
It's the Lord's Day.
Do we get overtime?
We should be resting.
Do we get overtime for this?
We get triple time, actually. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to need our patrons
zero.
Patrons are going to have to triple their donations so that they can pay us overtime. Right. That's how that works, right?
$15?
Sure.
Is that?
Yeah. Don't make me do math.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do math.
Oh, thanks. That's why I was an arts major, so I didn't have to do math.
True.
Yeah. Still can't do it.
Yeah, we're recording on Sunday, so we could have our friend join us. This week we have Gina, who was the bass player and vocalist, sometimes vocalist, all-time vocalist in the Hardcore Mothafers from the 90s. So yeah, that was a long ass time ago. We played a ton of shows together. It seemed to be most of the shows that we played was with you and Hitman Union / Omega Men when they wound up changing their name. One of my most vivid memories of you was when we were playing at Israel's dad's shop. And all those fucking boneheads showed up.
Yeah.
And you were in their faces, like, telling them to get the fuck out of there. Like, you were not afraid of them at all. And you were just all up in their shit.
I had Hitman Union. Like, you remember the guy, his name was Jay, I believe.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
From Hitman, the big guy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He was just like, he was ready to go. He was if they do something, we're ready. I'm like, dude, I am not.
Well,
I am not ready.
Israel and Torin went to school with those dudes, and Israel used to be friends with them before they turned into boneheads. Because they used to all skateboard together, and Israel's Jewish, and like Chris turned into a fucking Nazi, and Israel's like, "What the fuck, man?" And that was that. So, I mean, they still kind of respected Israel. So they like wouldn't really fuck with him, but like we were there and they had it out for us because we were so flamboyant in our opposition to them. So they showed up and like everybody was in their faces and ran them off. But like you were just right up in there in that shit, and I was like so impressed how badass you were, and also a badass bass player and vocalist. It was always fun playing with you guys.
So, being short, the only thing I had was a good headbutt. Like I can headbutt you in the stomach, and that's all I got.
In the stomach?
Yeah, I'll just headbutt you in the stomach if I had to. That's all I got.
It'd catch them by surprise, I'm sure, at the very least. Yeah,
that's all I got.
So you were in the Hardcore Mothafers.
Safe with you guys. I always felt safe with you guys.
Oh, for sure. We always felt safe with you around too. You didn't take any shit. No, yeah, I mean, we had a really unified scene back then, and we definitely were there for each other and protected our own. And yeah, we had to deal with that shit all the fucking time. It was terrible.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, they were bad back then.
Yeah, it was real bad. They all went to prison. I heard one of them died. I found out just recently that one of them died in prison. Was wild.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys really made me feel safe all the time. I mean,
good.
I think that's probably the reason I talked so much shit, because I was like, I guess Uncle Scam's got my back all the fucking. And I was just telling my boyfriend the other day, I was like, Uncle Scam was so awesome, because I swear to God, skinheads could come in my neighborhood and be safer than with them. Because they were no joke. I would stay away from them if I was a skinhead because they would fuck them up. Y'all did it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, they fucked with us a lot. It was not a good time. But our friend, her brother was actually one of them, and she gave us like some heads up a couple times when they were like extra out to get us. So she was just like, "Hey, maybe avoid this right now because there's going to be a shit ton of them and they're looking for you." And we are like, "All right, I don't feel like getting in a fight right now, so maybe just avoid this for now." But yeah, man, it sucked.
How does like a bunch of like, presumably like a lot of them, like you said, like you knew people who went to school with them and stuff. Like some of them sound like they're like middle class. How do a bunch of kids like that just become Nazis? Like were their parents like white supremacists or
no?
Like,
no, I mean, not Chris. I mean, he was just a normal dude, similar to you. I mean, I just imagine that, there's some dude recruiting at the mall, gave him a flyer, like somebody gave you a flyer and he was like, "Oh, I'm curious." And you were like, "Fuck off."
Fuck you.
Right, I don't know. I mean, I know that tensions at North High were pretty high.
Like, really?
It just didn't sound even remotely appealing to me. Like,
no.
Do you want to just hang out with nothing but white men all the time? I was like, not really.
Mediocre white men.
Like mediocre white men with no talent. Does that sound good to you? And I was like, not really. So
not particularly.
I'm gonna
leave. No, I'm good. Who all was in Hitman Union? I remember you, and I think Brandon was playing drums for a while. Was he the original drummer, or did he come in later? Or am I misremembering that?
Brandon played with us.
Okay.
I don't think he ever played with Hitman, but it was Israel, Andy, Torin, and Jay at one point.
I'm sorry, I meant Hardcore Motherfuckers. My brain is tired, so the two H's. Brandon played with y'all.
Ray was vocals. Carmen, me and Carmen started the band.
Uh-huh.
And then we had Steve Christensen for a little bit.
That's right.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know that dude. Yeah. I was friends with his sister. That's funny.
Yeah, I think Steve Christensen is the one that came over and broke the mirror at our house in Kansas City.
Him?
At our apartment in Kansas City. I think it was.
Oh shit.
Because he worked at the beer distribution plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's and Aaron worked there with him. So yeah, and he came up to Kansas City and hung out one time and got really drunk and broke one of our mirrors. And we just kept that broken ass mirror for years. Right. I think I had it in Lawrence too. I don't know.
I mean, it still sort of worked. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it reflected.
Right. What else do you need?
Right. It sat on the floor and reflected. So how did Hitman, or God damn, I did it again. I'm sorry. How did Hardcore Motherfuckers start?
Jer Bear, I have to fire you. I'm sorry. You're fired.
I know. I'm fired. How did Hardcore Motherfuckers?
So that doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
Torin's one of my best friends.
Yeah. Me and Torin met in college, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Me and Carmen went to high school together, and we tried to get a band to go together several times.
Uh-huh.
And we kept trying, and we just found the right people, and finally started playing. And I remember our first show with you guys really well. It was Hitman Union, you guys, and I think Noisem closed it out.
Uh-huh.
But there was a band from Manhattan. I cannot think of their name. I've been trying all day. Anyway, at practice, I would always do that growl.
Uh-huh.
And I would never do it in front of everybody else. And the guys were like, "You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it." And I was like, "Man, I don't know." And I just was on stage, and they kind of gave me the look, and I was like, "I'm going to go for it." So I went for it, and about that time, I see Israel coming over the stage. He does this like straight up nosedive, stage dive, head first stage dive. And I was like, a whole white dude just flew across the stage and knocked over the entire crowd.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And
Hell
everybody
yeah.
went crazy, so that's how I started doing all the vocals,
Nice.
backup vocals.
Yeah, yeah. No, your growl was fucking brutal. I loved it. It was so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Did you guys
You
ever
know, the whole
record?
crowd is like a black woman playing bass. I'm already absorbing this in a metal
Uh-huh.
band, the hardcore band. I'm absorbing this, and then when the growl came in, everybody's like, "Holy shit!"
Hell yeah. It was, yeah, you guys were great. Did you record anything?
Yes, I still have a bunch of our recordings.
Damn. That's awesome. I would love to hear them sometime.
Yeah. Have you
If
digitized
you
them?
get them digitized and post
Yeah.
them, I
Oh
will
yeah,
fucking
oh
eat
yeah.
that shit up.
Yeah.
I actually got into like recording back when like Cool Edit Pro was the thing. So like
Hmm.
early 2000. I think it might have
Oh,
even been 99 when I
damn,
picked this
nice.
up. And
Uh-huh.
I turned all of that into digital stuff then.
Fuck
So
yeah. Is any of it posted anywhere, or you just have it in your
uh,
like on hard drive somewhere?
uh, I still have it on my MP3 player, which is it still works, believe it or
Hmm.
not. And
Nice.
I can put it on computer and send it to you.
Fuck yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'd love to hear it. Yeah, for sure.
Aaron Aaron has a copy of a Uncle Scam demo on cassette tape, but he can't fucking find it. He found it like 3 years ago and then fucking lost it again when he moved.
Tisk tisk.
So supposedly he's still looking for it and is going to find a copy and digitize it, but he has yet to find it. So
Oh,
it's still his homework to find it. But I did find an Uncle Scam flyer the other day. I posted it on our Instagram, so
Just
I'll
re-record.
send that to you
Just
later.
re-record it.
Re-record it. Yeah,
Just
I don't.
re-record it. There you go.
I mean, I haven't talked to Sean in like 8 or 9 years.
Mhm.
I bet Justin doesn't remember any of the lyrics. I don't think I remember how to play those
Mhm.
songs, but yeah. I'm in a band again, playing bass and doing vocals probably with uh Chad Duncan from Snow Child. I don't know if you know him or not, or are out and about in the music scene anymore, but
not really.
okay. Doing that. We have practices Tuesday. I'm pretty excited. We're doing like crusty D beat stuff, so it should be pretty fun.
You know, there was a few years ago that it was, I think it was you, me, you, and Israel was supposed to get
Uh-huh.
together.
Oh, maybe,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah,
never happened.
I was playing in a band with him when he died. We
Mm,
were trying to do some D beat stuff. It was terrible. And
yeah,
yeah,
that was hard. That was hard.
yeah, it was really hard, rough on a lot of people. Sucks. Lost a lot of people.
Yeah, we have.
Um,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have.
We have a
how
whole episode about it.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get into like heavier music, punk rock, hardcore metal? And were people like welcoming and chill uh
Cheated.
with you do with you and shit like
So
that?
in the black neighborhood, here I am walking around, Jerry curl, hammer pants, and a Slayer shirt. You know,
Mhm.
so that went over about as well as a turd in a punch bowl. But my mom was very supportive.
Yeah.
She actually, when I was watching Headbangers Ball and I seen Seasons in the Abyss, you know,
Hmm.
Slayer, and I told mom I want that CD. And for my birthday, she was like, let's go to Best Buy and go get it. Well,
Hmm.
you know, it was, you know, you had to get parents to get your CDs back then,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so
the explicit stickers.
this is funny. So she goes up to buy it, and the dude looks at her and was like, "What the hell?" And my mom's like, "What if I like some Slayer?" So what? And I was like, "Oh Lord Jesus!" And he was like, "Well, okay." And she gave it to me, and she was just like, "Hey, as long as you don't do anything bad, do what you do."
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Nice.
So, but yeah, it was really. It started with like Chili Peppers and Nirvana.
Hmm.
And then it got into harder stuff and heavier stuff, Pantera, Sepultura. God.
Sepultura is
Um,
fucking good.
Oh God, I got to see them the Roots tour. I
Oh
got
yeah.
to see them at Rock Island.
Oh,
Whew,
nice.
Oh, nice.
that was
Yeah.
a badass concert. God, that was bad.
Nice.
And then I just kept getting into harder stuff. But then what got me into hardcore was two things. That was Biohazard, which
Mhm.
I am so happy they're together again. And I just heard their
Oh
new
yeah.
one is badass.
Nice.
And Greg Garcia.
Huh.
You know Greg Garcia? He played a Noisome Groove.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I
He,
think so.
I know
he
of
plays in
him.
Odds Against right now.
Mhm.
Huh. I'm not matching a face with a name, but it sounds very, very familiar.
So it was Greg Garcia and Carmen and we would always like listen to music and stuff together.
Hmm.
But Greg was feeding me stuff like Madball, and
Hmm.
he made me a mixtape. That's how old we are. He made
Yeah,
me a
yeah.
mixtape of like Agnostic Front and, Murphy's Law and Minor Threat. I mean, he
Hmm.
just made me the cuts. And I was like, oh
Nice.
my God, this is amazing. So that's how we went the hardcore direction.
Yeah,
So,
nice. So you were more of like the like East Coast hardcore stuff, not as much like punk rock stuff. It sounds
not
like.
as much punk rock until I got a little bit older.
Uh-huh.
Actually, when I started hanging out with you guys,
Yeah.
y'all were like really the first hard or punk band I really listened to. You in
Hmm.
'86.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, Tim Just, man, and Matt
Yeah.
Ahern, they were awesome.
Yeah.
They were tight. But Dead Kennedys, I listened to them a
Uh-huh.
little bit,
Yeah.
but
Nice.
not so much punk as more as hardcore.
Yeah, for sure. Um, well, and that's the thing, like being here and having to search really hard for underground music, kind of stick with the first things that you find.
Mhm.
Um, Punk rock, I got into punk rock first. I listened to some hardcore when I was still like discovering music. I think I had a Strife record. I had a
Right.
sick I had a Sick of It All record for a
Yeah.
while. Um, and it was good and it was heavy, which I really liked the heaviness of it. But it just wasn't, it didn't seem as dangerous as punk rock did. Just it was pissed, but it wasn't the same kind of anger, I guess, that punk rock had. I can still get down with some strife every now and again. And yeah, I think what Sick of It All's they're somebody in their band is real sick with
Yeah,
cancer or
Lou.
something. Had to cancel tours.
Yeah, the singer. He's
Mhm.
got I think he's got leukemia, lymphoma, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right. So uh when did the hardcore motherfuckers start? I mean, Uncle Scams played our first show in like August 97, I think. So that's when we started. And I think you guys played that too. It was at a piercing party at Pinky's house. Do you remember Pinky? That old guy, old biker guy with a mohawk. He had a pink mohawk and he was a body piercer. He had just gotten his license and was and had a piercing party at his house
I think I was at
and
that show
asked us to
actually.
play.
Was
Yeah.
that
You may
out?
not have been there, but
Mhm.
Was that on the south side somewhere?
yeah, it was. I want to say it was around like around MacArthur or something, somewhere in that area, but I don't know for sure.
I think I might have went to the show.
Okay. Okay. I don't remember who all played. We might have been the only band that played. It was our first show and Aaron had just got his nutsack pierced by Pinky and Pinky was like, "You want to play our show? Or you want to play my piercing party?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Let's fucking do
Yeah,
it."
I remember that. I
Yeah.
don't know how I ended up there. I don't remember if you guys invited me or if I just ended up there.
Well, Jason was there and Aaron was there, so you probably
Yeah,
tagged along with them
probably.
at
I
the
remember Aaron
time.
getting his balls pierced. I do remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember Kale licking it?
Yes. Yes, I do.
God damn it, that's what I loved about you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Good
say no
times.
weird shit. Yeah, I think Justin invited me because, like I said, we were in
Okay,
math class
yeah.
together. So
Yeah, that sounds right.
yeah, but the funniest shit with you guys, I've been dying to tell this one.
I can't wait.
Y'all invited me and Carmen, and somebody lived. You guys lived in an apartment on Third and Kansas,
Uh,
right?
so, yeah,
Second
thereabouts.
floor.
Uh-huh.
Sound right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So me and Carmen pull up, of course, just roll up, and a whole ass white dude falls out the sky. Just lands, poof, and like dirt just flies up. We're like, dude, should we be here? I looked at him. I'm like, dude, I'm black. You're Mexican. I don't know if we should be here. You got white people falling from the sky.
Who was it?
Yeah,
I don't remember. I think it. Did you guys hang out with a guy named Wacko?
yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
was a
Sounds
little
familiar.
Mexican kid.
I think it was no, 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 no. It was a white guy, and he hit
Okay.
the ground, and we were like, "Is he dead?" And we kind of went over there and poked him, and he was like, "Ah!" And we were like, "All right."
That sounds like Ty, to be
Oh yeah,
honest.
yeah. I was
That
gonna.
might be it. That
Yeah.
might be who it was. Because he
Mhm.
fell straight the fuck out. He fell out the window, and but when we rolled up, we didn't see up in the window. We just see the white dude fall.
That's
And I was looking,
hilarious.
and so me and Carmen were like talking, like helping him up and everything. I was like, dude, we ain't staying long. Like, it's not a party for us. We are minorities. We don't need to be here long. So we were only there like 30 minutes, and we did
Yeah.
because y'all got real wild. And then
We
like
were rowdy as fuck, man.
Aaron or one of the twins almost fell out that window, and I was like, you know what? It's time to go. I was like, we can't just keep having white people fall out the window.
Is that the same window you were throwing dishes out of?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. It might have been the same night. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Might have been because that
I
party
s-
was lit and it was hot as hell in that
yeah, they
apartment.
didn't have air conditioning. No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think they had fans.
I spent like 3 hours throwing every single glass object out of that window one night. I don't know. They had huge cans for recycling, like big recycling bins, like trash barrels for recycling bin, and one of them was full of bottles. And I was just chucking them out the window, just like dropping them straight down and giggling every time it broke. Just like, hee hee, breaking glass. It was fucking
Wild as
hilarious.
fuck. Y'all were so wild.
We
We would hang out with 86. They weren't like that. They weren't as wild as you
oh
guys, but you guys took it to a whole nother level.
we so we found a bunch of old TVs one night and we took them to the canal route
Mm-hmm.
right there at Douglas. And we threw them down the concrete embankment and giggled the whole time as they smashed to pieces, falling into there. And the statute of limitations, I hope, they were building a bank downtown somewhere, and on several different occasions, a group of punk rock kids, I'm not sure who they were, went there and smashed things up. And I probably cost them a bunch of money. I don't know who it was, but
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird. It was
I think we're
wild.
way past the statute of limitations anyway. Johnny, check on that.
Sure.
Can you check on the statute of limitations?
Yeah, what's the
for
statute of
property
limitations for
damage
property
in the
damage?
state of
Yeah.
Kansas?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a long time ago. We had a lot of fun. We didn't really do a lot of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
We went to like a ton of the hardcore punk concerts in Lawrence. I've seen them all,
Yeah, yeah.
and we
What
had a blast.
did you play at Borderline with us when we played with Derailer and Freeverse,
I was there.
the skate park? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
thought
was
you guys
there.
played too.
We played a bunch of shows at Borderline, but we didn't play with that show.
Oh, okay.
But we went
Um,
to damn near every show that was there.
mhm. Nice. I remember another one. It might have been the only time we played at the bingo arena was with you and Hitman Union
Yeah.
and the other Aaron. was playing trumpet and wearing red pajamas and throwing enemas into the crowd all night. And he bought like they were like $1 each, and he spent like $40 buying enemas, and threw them out in the crowd at the show. And Boneheads showed up that night too. And we were all wearing anti-Nazi shirts, and they were super
Of
pissed.
course.
And
Yeah.
it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Now we're in our 40s. We could have used some of the
right,
enemas now.
Yeah, right.
right, for free. Are you still playing music?
So, not really.
Hmm.
Um, got a bunch of medical shit going on.
Oh shit.
Basically, took my ability to play.
Hmm.
I
Oh
was
no, I'm
gonna
sorry to
do a
hear that.
band
Hmm.
with Sprout. You know Sprout, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna do an all black band.
Oh, nice.
Well, shit, we can't find nobody. That's the
Oh yeah.
problem. There's only two of us, and we're it.
Oh shit.
So
Is he still in town? I thought he was in Oklahoma or something.
he's in Oklahoma. We were gonna try to make it happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah, we can do it. And I told him about what happened with my hand. Basically, I
Hmm.
had a high blood pressure incident, may have been a mini stroke,
Oh
don't
no.
know.
Hmm.
But basically, it really took my picking hand
Hmm.
from me. I hardly play. But I was rehabbing it, and now I've had some more shit happen. So
Uh,
to be continued.
yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
one day.
Sprout was really involved with the anti-racist action we started in 99, I believe. We did some Mumia marches and stuff like that, and I know he was one of the ones that helped organize a lot of that. I'm trying to remember who all was involved. I feel like it was Nathan Gilson and me and the Fannings, and Sprout was one of them. I don't know who else. We had about 8 of us. And after a little while, because it was at Javaluya, that coffee shop. So after the meetings,
I forgot all about that.
after after the anti-racist action meetings, we'd go sit in my van and drink rum in the parking lot of the coffee shop.
Oh, old Sprout. Yeah, Sprout, so it was always very cool to have Ebony and Sprout around
Hmm. Yeah.
because being the only black person at shows all the time
Hmm.
was kind of eerie at times
Hmm.
because of all the boneheads back then. But like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
when you guys were around, I never worried.
Hmm.
Seriously, when Carmen was around, I never worried.
Hmm.
Especially when Greg was around, I never worried.
Yeah, he's
But
fucking big. I think I went to elementary, middle, and high school with him.
with Greg or
Yeah,
Sprout,
Sprout.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I've known that dude forever.
because he was like 6'9" or something, six
Is he
ten.
that tall? Damn.
Yeah,
I think he was still growing last time I saw him because I'm 6'5" and I didn't know he was that much taller than me.
yeah, he's
But
a big old dude.
yeah.
It's like Jesus Christ. And so I was like, yeah, I'm always happy when he was around. I was like, ain't
Yeah,
nobody gonna
yeah.
fuck with me. I got my black up, so he ain't gonna fuck with me with him around.
Yeah.
So it was nice,
Yeah.
but we always had this communication. There's a lingo that definitely me and him, we still have it.
Hmm.
That we definitely understand each other.
Hmm.
And it's just
Nice.
nobody else in the world gets it but us.
Uh-huh.
And we
Nice.
were laughing our ass off a couple months ago about it.
Uh-huh.
I could just look at him
Uh-huh.
and he would know exactly what the hell I was thinking.
Nice.
Like, look at
Is
this, they're gonna get us killed. It's time to go.
is Ebony still around?
I haven't talked to him in years. I
Yeah.
had been like probably 10 years since I talked to
Yeah.
him.
So I worked at the Cedar as a bartender, and the one of the owners was good friends with him. I think they went to school together. At South, maybe. I don't know for sure. But I would see Ebony every now and again. He would come to the Cedar and hang out. Cool fucking dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was always down. I know he was doing some rapping in Lawrence for a while.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I talked to him for the longest time, and we actually talked about doing a reunion, but Carmen
Uh-huh.
said no.
Oh shit.
And we kind of talked about maybe if we got someone else, and I kind of was like, if Carmen's not in, I'm not in.
Hmm.
Period.
What's
You
Carmen
know,
doing now?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him since his mom passed.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him since we played shows together. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, awesome. Where did you go to? You went to Northeast then, or
Right.
sorry,
Right.
Northeast or Northwest?
Northeast Magnet.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Oh, Justin got kicked out of there. That's right.
You did.
Uh, yeah, he got kicked out
Oh,
of Northeast. I don't remember why. He wound up
Yeah, I
at
was gonna ask,
Northwest.
what did he get kicked
Um,
out?
I
You don't know
think
why?
because of his mohawk. I think he got in trouble
Really?
for his hair or
how did
something, and he was
that?
like, I don't remember. It was when we were in Uncle Scamsville. It was like the start of the school year, the 97, 98 school year. He got kicked out and wound up going to Northwest. I don't remember what happened, but it was some
Oh, I
bullshit,
would
whatever it
find out.
was.
That was one of the most liberal schools
Yeah, I
in the
know.
whole.
That's why I
Yeah.
was really surprised, but I don't
We had people with
remember.
mohawks at East. I went to East. We had people with
Yeah,
mohawks, and nobody
they
batted an eye.
my school told me I couldn't dye mine or because it would be a distraction. I was like, motherfucker, I have a foot tall mohawk. It's already a distraction. The color it is not going to make a difference, but
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't
Fucking,
remember. So he was a grade under me.
uh-huh. Yeah.
So I didn't know he got kicked out though.
Yeah, something happened. I don't remember what. Maybe he wore a bullet belt to school. Maybe it was one of his jackets with
I could
spikes
see
all over
that.
it. I don't know.
But I mean, he wore Liberty Spikes the entire time.
Yeah. That's what I
So I
thought.
don't
I don't
know.
know. He would have
Maybe it
been a
was something like
sophomore,
that.
I think, when that happened.
Oh shit. So yeah, I guess it would have been after me and him were in that class. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
But he wound up graduating from Metro in, I don't remember if it was 98 or 99. Yeah, it had to be 99 because then as he graduated early, that's what happened. He graduated early at like semester and then went and traveled around Europe for a while. And then he went to the Northeast and lived in a tree for 6 weeks
Oh, I
to
remember him
save a
living in a
tree from
tree.
getting cut down.
Where was that?
Um, I don't, I want to say it was, I don't know, somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know if it was Upper California, Oregon, or Washington, somewhere in there. I
Okay.
think it was I think it was around Seattle somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, he was living in an old growth forest in a fucking tree on a platform that was about I don't know, 16 by 16 feet. And shit in a bucket and had people send food up with a bucket and all this other shit. It was fucking wild. He's done some cool ass shit.
I
Yeah.
remember him in school because he was smarter than hell. He was
Yeah.
smarter than everyone in that class.
Yeah, he's a smart dude.
I was like, man, who is this kid? I mean, I had a really good grade in that class, but he was like I think he was number one in that class. He was really
Nice.
sharp. So
Yeah.
that's why it surprised me that he got kicked out.
Yeah, it wasn't for grades. I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
Hmm.
He was telling me stories about him and his dad used to live in a restaurant that was like obviously not a restaurant anymore, but it was like I don't know, his dad bought it and turned it into their house for a little while, and now his dad lives in Iowa. They bought an old school and they transformed that into their house slash art space. Um, very interesting people. Always doing cool shit. Uh, Wild. Love them.
Yeah, I just remember seeing him like the first day. It was like he sat like a couple of seats up from me. And
Hmm.
I had seen him at a couple of shows and we never really
Uh-huh.
talked, but then we started talking a little bit. And I just remember him, every single problem the lady put on the board or the guy put on the board, he was just nailing it, nailing it,
Uh-huh.
nailing it,
Yeah,
nailing it.
he's
And I was
fucking
just like,
smart.
God damn, this dude is smart.
Yeah.
So, wow, never knew that.
Yeah.
Well, they fucked up.
Yeah, he was the first punk rocker that I befriended in town. We were both at the bingo arena. It was we got both got there pretty early before the show started, and he was like, "Hey, nice mohawk," and I was like, "Hey, nice mohawk. Let's talk about music," because I didn't know any other punk rockers. All I knew was my Epitaph samplers and shit.
Hmm.
Oh,
Um, so we started talking, and he made me a mixtape of some rad shit, and became friends. And it was about not quite a year later that we started Uncle Scam. Once I had graduated high school.
so when did you meet Gabe? Gabe Bennett?
Gabe Bennett. Oh man, I love that dude.
Because it
Um,
freaked me out that you knew him a couple years ago when I was like, you
uh-huh.
guys know each other? What the hell is going on?
So I met all those ska dudes at that coffee shop on Central and Woodlawn. Not Il Vicino, Il Primo. Because my buddy worked there from high school, and Josh Baskall worked there, and they Josh Baskall and his friends, they were all into ska, and I was into punk rock, so it was kind of fit. So there's Josh Baskall, Nathan Gilson, Barry, Gabe Bennett, it's this dude named Josh. I don't know, they were all ska kids, and that's how I met Gabe. And then, we stayed friends forever. And then when I was in Spirit of the Stairs, um, he recorded our band, in some dude's basement. He's a sound engineer. He's a great dude. We're not related at all. But
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah.
Gabe and I were having a conversation on Facebook, and I guess some of his family members sent me friend requests thinking we were related.
Like y'all snuck one in.
Hmm.
Yeah, I knew him from middle school, from Robinson
Okay.
Middle School.
Robinson.
So I
Okay.
knew him a long time.
Hmm. Nice.
And we always stayed friends because he was just always a real cool dude.
Yeah, he's so nice. He's such a sweet
He,
guy.
he's just nice all the time.
Yeah.
And he always stood up for the right shit, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. When I went, another guy I completely spaced off, but Zach was also friends with them, and I went to this dude named Zach who was friends with them. I went to middle school and high school with him. We're still friends today. I
Zach
actually
who?
want Zach Gingrich, um, skinny guy, blonde hair. He wound up doing a lot of hip hop stuff at Javaluya,
Okay, okay.
in 90, late 98, early 99 probably. Because our friend Nathan worked at Javaluya, so they would have like DJ night or something, and Zach would come up there and rap, and had somebody doing tables. I don't remember who, but or maybe not. Maybe he just had people playing bass with him. I know he sometimes had a stand-up bass player. I think Sean may have done it a couple times.
Yeah, I end up um, getting into like playing bass and stuff when I met Gabe. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah. Uh, I've been to his house when we were kids,
Hmm.
and he had a studio then too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I think his dad was a musician.
That sounds right. And he did a lot of stuff
Yeah,
with NPR,
yeah, yeah,
KMUW.
yeah. I think he was a jazz musician, if I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
mistaken.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure that's right. And they live in upstate New York now. His dad lives in upstate New York, and I think Gabe is in the city, maybe. New York City. I think
yeah. We
that
talked
sounds right.
not too long ago. We had a liberal discussion.
Oh, nice.
But, yeah, I remember he said he lived in the Northeast somewhere. I just can't
Yeah, yeah.
remember.
I think it's New York. It might be Boston. I don't know for sure. He's up there. I don't know if he listens or not. I think he reacts sometimes when I post stuff. So, uh,
He'll
he's a good
probably say,
dude. He's a
he's
good sound
old soul.
engineer. Yeah.
Yeah, he knew me when I had a Jerry curl. That's how long I know him. I used to keep a little spray bottle and spray the shit. Oh
Oh
God, it was
yeah.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my share of bad hairstyles as well. I had dreadlocks with bugs in them, man. It doesn't get much worse than that.
Oh,
Mm,
damn.
mm.
Damn.
Had
Was
to
that
shave them
after the
off.
Liberty fights?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because that's the only right, that's all I remember you with the Liberty spikes.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
Yeah, about a year later, I started growing dreads out, and I
Hmm.
got bugs one time and shaved them off and grew them out again, and
Was that
got
in
down.
Kansas City that you got
No, I didn't
bugs?
get bugs in Kansas City. I got bugs from a house in Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
I slept on their couch and got bugs there. I was really fucking pissed about it.
Hmm.
But came home and found them and shaved my dreads, and then we moved up to Kansas City. I grew them out again. They got down to about the middle of my back, and I cut them off because I was really tired of it. It's heavy, and dirty. White boy dreads are terrible.
The one
What
thing I
about?
remember about you, you were like an awesome bass player.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, awesome bass player. I remember watching your lines. I'd be like, God damn, this dude's all over this thing. I was like,
Thanks.
you was on it, man.
I thought you were better than me. I've
Oh hell
feel
no.
pretty mediocre, but um yeah, I'm way out of practice right now, so I'm trying to get my chops back for this new band. Um but yeah, it's coming along good, I think. I'm excited about
Yeah.
it.
The funny part is what people didn't know, my little hidden secret about me.
Hmm.
Carmen knew, but no one else really knew. I pretty much couldn't hear.
Oh, for real? Damn.
Yeah, I was pretty deaf.
Uh-huh.
It's actually it got better, and
Uh-huh.
then the blood pressure incident,
Uh-huh.
freaking mini stroke, made it worse, like a hell of a lot
Oh
worse.
shit.
Like I need to get
Yeah.
hearing aids now, but
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to hang in there because I'm like, look, I'll get them when I'm 50. Shit,
Yeah.
They're
Not a
not
Relax.
gonna
second
Calm
figure
before.
out
down.
how to wear them in. But
Yeah. I got a couple friends that are it's a genetic thing. They're losing their hearing and getting
Mm.
hearing
yeah,
aids and shit. It's fucking rough.
yeah, it
I
sucks.
always
It
I always
absolutely
said
sucks.
that I always said I'd rather be deaf than blind, or I'd rather be blind than deaf because I love music so much, and
Mm.
being alone in silence with my own thoughts sounds fucking terrifying.
Mm.
Yeah, but the reason how I wrote those bass lines is
Hmm.
I really had to pay very close attention, and I had to do it at home,
Hmm.
learn them by just memory.
Uh-huh.
And I could hear the drum beat. I keep with the drum
Mhm.
beat and basically just play to the drum beat what I
Damn,
remember
nice.
because really, and especially low tones, I have the hardest time with.
Oh,
So
really?
when
Okay.
I moved to Oklahoma City, end up, Ted Bat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I ended up linking up with Ted Bat, and we did some death metal. God, that was some of the most brutal shit. We did some death metal, and I was playing guitar, and Ted
Uh-huh.
was like, "What the fuck is this? I didn't know you even play guitar." And I
Uh-huh.
ended up telling him, like, "Dude, I really can't even hear low tones."
Nick, do
Just
you
a
have any
couple of shout
questions?
outs, the people that we've lost,
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
like Ronnie True.
Oh, yeah,
Ronnie
yeah.
True is another reason I felt comfortable at shows because he
Uh-huh.
always told me was don't worry.
Yeah.
Um, he was a big part of my life.
Hmm.
Uh, and another one that was low key, I gotta say something because he just passed.
Oh, shit.
Sean Kirkus from Ketamine. It was a
Okay.
death metal band. God, they were
Uh-huh.
fucking badass.
I remember the name. I don't know if I
Hmm.
ever saw him, but yeah.
I still listen to them on a
Oh, yeah.
regular. They're
Nice.
fucking amazing.
Who all was in that band?
Uh, there was this dude named Mark on the drum set. He always had a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Was he an
He'd
older
sit there
guy?
playing blast beats with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Was he an older guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think I know who you're
Mm.
talking about.
Dustin Grisham
Okay.
and Dave Mayo
Huh.
and Sean Perkis.
Yeah, I vaguely remember some of those names.
Mm.
Never spent enough time to get to know them. So yeah.
Sean Kirkus and I were, that's the one thing that was like nobody knew that me and him were super tight. We
Nice.
hung out more than everybody else. It was kind
Hmm.
of crazy. I would hang out with him and Dave Schneider, uh, Cash Chronister.
Oh yeah, Cash.
Oh, Cash,
Mm-hmm.
I love
Cash is my
Cash.
pimp. I love
Yeah.
Cash.
Hell yeah.
Kyla. I hung out with
Uh-huh.
a lot of those guys,
Uh-huh.
but me and Sean were very close and no one knew.
Hmm.
And when I moved back to Kansas, I asked about him all the time and I never did
Hmm.
find him. And then I
Oh
heard he passed.
man. Shit.
Mm.
Now,
Hmm.
that was the first thing I heard. That's the first time I even heard about him was
Oh,
when he passed. And that was
damn.
like last year or a year ago, two
Oh
years ago.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it was just, it's been getting older has sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I mean, it sounds like we partied a lot harder than you.
Yeah, I really
And
Yeah.
didn't. I really didn't.
that's taken a lot of our friends away is that fucking hard ass life
Yeah.
of partying super hard. I've been sober 11, coming up on 11 years, so
Good.
I was able to finally start taking care of myself. A lot of people didn't get the chance. Fucking sucks.
Do you remember when Billy Graves died
Um,
from Star Hustlers?
we my at band practice we were just talking about that not too long ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember when it happened, but yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, because he died and then Lynn Straight from Snot died.
Oh yeah. Huh.
And it was just like, man, that was it. It was like so crazy. And then, as you get older, it's like, Casey. Do you remember Casey? I think his last name is Gilberting or something like that.
Sounds familiar.
He was at
Yeah.
all the shows. He never played in a
uh,
band, but he was at all the
uh,
shows. He
yeah.
died. And he
Fuck.
was like our age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah, we
ridiculous. And Israel, Israel, that
yeah.
shit killed me, man.
Yeah.
That
That's
hurt so
fucking
bad.
terrible. Yeah. Well, we just had a friend pass away in October. He had a fucking heart
Yeah.
attack at work, and I think he was just turned 49 or was about to turn 50. Too young for that shit.
Yeah. He wasn't that much
Um,
older than us. Yeah.
yeah. And I've lost a handful to alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
handful to suicide.
Yeah.
Our friend Cody, who was a badass drummer, he needed a new kidney. He had a stroke and had to relearn how to walk, and then I think probably had another stroke or something, and was on life support for about a week. And they took him off, and he passed. It's
Mm.
a really hard one.
Yeah.
It's just been fucking one after another,
Uh,
and it
Nathan had brain
yeah.
embolism. Just
Nathan Gilson, I don't know
super
if you remember
random.
him. He
Yeah.
put on a lot of shows back in the day.
I
Red-haired
thought,
ska kid. Yeah, he had an aneurysm in 2002,
Yeah.
like
It was O2. Mm-hmm.
December 2002. Just fucking, it's wild. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
it makes you
And
appreciate what you have right now.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
Well, and to be completely honest, I feel a little guilty about still being around when I was such a fuck up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like some of those people were less fucked up than me and should still be here, and I should be gone with
It's
how,
survivor's guilt.
yeah,
Yeah,
But there's a
basically.
reason you're here. There's a
yeah,
reason
for
you're here.
sure. And,
I don't know
I've
if you
had,
knew, I just lost my mom last year.
oh yeah, I saw
That
that. I'm
sucks. I'm
so
sorry.
sorry. My mom is 88 and
Mm.
Wow. She's
she's
hanging in
tough
there.
as hell, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably not too far away. So it's fucking wild. Getting old is weird.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
appreciate the time you got.
Yeah, for sure.
And, that's why the little petty bullshit like the little petty arguments you have with
Hmm.
people,
Hmm.
let that shit go.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking.
Because you never know when the last time you might see them.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not really worth it. And I want to leave a legacy that
Hmm.
I was a badass bass player
Hell yeah.
and I lived my life to the fullest.
Sure. Yeah. Speaking of that, I mean, if you get us though MP3s or whatever of hardcore motherfuckers, we'll definitely put them out there if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
because
I'm
I mean,
absolutely comfortable with that.
it'd be
And
fucking
there's a,
rad to hear that shit again and let other people hear it. Because
Yeah.
yeah, I was at a family thing last night, and my nephew and his fiance, I guess they still go to house shows. People still have
Hmm.
basement shows in Wichita and shit, and they were talking about all these
badass.
hardcore kids like throwing their arms around and going crazy. I was like, "Oh, you mean hardcore dancing?" It's like they mosh like crazy. I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
this is some like hardcore kids
Hmm.
with their
Yeah,
silly
that's
windmill
like
dances."
we used to be in the pit all day long, and now I need a
Hell yeah!
baby aspirin to get out of bed. You know?
Right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when I go to shows now, I stand in the back and like
Mhm.
drink like one craft beer and watch the band play, and then I go home by like 10:30,
Yeah.
something like that. I'm like, oh, all right, well,
Yeah.
creeping up on 11, I better get home. Got to relieve the babysitter and go to bed.
For sure.
Yeah.
Fucking
Now
hell.
I don't go to shows anymore because
Uh-huh.
they have the cell phone cameras looking up, and I'm like, enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, it's like I have those moments deep in my memory, in my
Hmm.
heart, that they're
Oh
going to be
yeah.
with me to the day I go, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't have them on a stupid fucking cell phone.
Right.
And, I have those memories within me, you
Hell
know?
yeah.
And that just goes
Hmm.
deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh one of the most recent, I say most recent, it's been almost 10 years ago now, but shows in fucking Hayesville. Ted put it on. He brought Phobia to town
Yeah.
and played
Yeah, they're
with
still
Knife
around.
Wound. What's that?
They're still around.
They were in 2015, 2014,
Wow.
2015.
I
They
gotta
played
ask too.
they
What
played
is there a venue in Hayesville?
there was a shitty little bar. It was like
Okay.
one of its last nights being opened.
I was gonna ask if they just played at the Quick Trip or something.
Nah,
No. Okay.
no, it's a car dealership now, of
Okay.
course, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's like less than a mile from my house. Fucking Phobia played. I
Oh,
just couldn't believe it. And
Hmm.
I was still pretty new to being sober, so I was pretty freaked out to go. Man, it was a good time.
Hmm.
And Ted put that shit
yeah.
on, so that was fucking rad.
When your band gets it together, I'll come out to a show. It's just going to be
Cool.
weird because I haven't seen so many people. They just think I just dropped off the earth.
Yeah,
Um, I
same.
talked
I mean, I
to
don't.
Joel, and that's the one person I really want to see one more time is Joel Hesser.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know if I know
Dead
Joel.
Orchestra.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
probably do then, but it's been so long that I don't know. I
yeah. He
see.
changed his beard. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know him if I seen him in the street somewhere. I'd be like, "Who the fuck is you?" You
I see Scott Mackey every now and again.
Joel was always very cool with me. Joel
Hmm.
gave me a ride back from Salina once, and we're doing
Hmm.
fucking 90 back
Oh
then.
shit.
And I don't even know if he was drunk or not. And he didn't realize how much I looked up to him.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like telling him how much I looked up to him. And he looks at me, he goes, I look up to you. And I was like, what? And he goes, you don't mess around with any kind of drugs. You don't mess around
Uh-huh.
with drinking. You don't do any of
Uh-huh.
that stuff. You go and play your show and you have fun and
Yeah.
you enjoy life. And it was like the coolest conversation I ever had with somebody.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that
That's
I owe
fucking
him.
rad. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
just want to
rad.
see him one more time and just
Uh-huh.
say, thanks for looking out for me.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all tight back then and we did look out for each other and there were some dangerous times and scary shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, especially with the skins, God,
Yeah.
or no, not skins, bones. And Bonehead
Yeah.
showed up and it was very scary, but like I said, with you guys around, I always
Hmm.
felt comfortable. So yeah, I would
Yeah.
talk shit, but I was scared to death, to be
Yeah.
Well,
honest.
We always had weapons too. Like all of our chains and our jackets were purposeful as well. It wasn't
Right.
just. I mean, it was fashion, but it was also utilitarian because I'll fucking punch
Well,
a Nazi with my
I
fucking
mean,
sleeve.
some of those Nazi fucks were just like paper tigers too, but you
Oh
didn't
yeah, for
know.
sure.
If you didn't know
Yeah.
who they were, then you didn't know
Mhm.
whether they were like seriously gonna fuck you up or whether they were just like fucking wimps just
Right.
posturing. Yeah.
Well, it depended on how many of them there were too.
Yeah, it's true.
If it
Yeah.
was just one, yeah, they probably wouldn't start shit. But
Right.
if it was the group of 12 of those motherfuckers, then it
They'll
was
probably start some
probably
shit. Yeah.
yeah.
I will tell you, I went to Agnostic Front at the Heidelberg,
Okay.
and
I forgot
I got
about
to
that fucking
meet.
place.
Yeah, I met Roger Merritt, and I'm sitting there
Hmm.
talking to Ronnie True. Was the reason I
Hmm.
gave him a shout out because I was like, dude, I'm not comfortable. The whole fucking place is not the whole place.
Uh-huh.
Me, Greg Garcia,
Uh-huh.
and I want to say Cookie. I don't know if you remember Cookie.
Mm-mm.
Um, it was just us, and I'm like scared as shit.
Hmm.
And Ronnie said, "You ain't got to worry about a goddamn thing."
Yeah.
And they're going to take us all down. And Roger Merritt made it pretty kind of clear too. He was like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
don't worry, girl." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." And it was always very cool like that because the people
Hmm.
who were in the scene actually truly watched out for me
Yeah,
because
for
I really
sure.
truly was the only black woman. It was nice having big brothers looking out for you, you know.
Hell yeah. No, we fucking we looked up to you and loved your band and loved hanging out with you and yeah, like it was nice that you were able to kick it with us even though we were a bunch of fucking wild wasteoids throwing bottles everywhere and falling out of windows, I guess. Uh,
The whole white
um,
team.
but yeah, and I imagine like we got fucked with by the cops all the time, so
Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
I
fuck with
can't.
more than I did
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
by a lot.
Yeah.
we also were able to get away with shit because I guarantee if it was some black folks doing what we were doing, getting caught by the cops, they wouldn't have been let go.
Oh yeah.
So
Right. And yeah, I got fucked with when I had a mohawk, but you know, when I'd go to work because I worked at Pizza Hut, I'd throw my freaking Pizza Hut baseball cap on and my Pizza Hut polo shirt, and like suddenly I was invisible to the cops.
yeah,
Like it was
Really.
like I was a completely different person to them. Because when I put my hat on and my mohawk wasn't up, like it just looked like I had a mullet, so I fit in Wichita pretty well at that point. So,
I will tell you who got fucked with the cops more than anybody I ever met. Ted Bat.
oh yeah, huh,
I seen him get fucked up by the cops on a regular. And I was like, so like mystified. I'm like, I'm black. I'm
huh,
standing right here. I'm surprised I didn't get hit, you know?
yeah,
I'm used to these beatings. But Ted got beat. I was like, what is it? I was like, I think you're black now. And I was like, your big dick's gonna be in the mail in 6 to 8 weeks. Like,
damn,
he really seriously got fucked with all the time. And
huh.
I never understood why.
Mm.
He
Well,
can tell me stories of how many times he's been beat the fuck up by the cops.
he's a ginger, so that probably has something to do
yeah.
with it.
Hmm.
It is. It's
Yeah.
true.
All right, I gotta get to bed soon, but I don't you haven't listened before, so we have a
Oh yeah.
what's it called when you do things over and over? Tradition.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A tradition, a
My
question, a
a
traditional
question
question,
that is a
I guess.
tradition.
Hmm.
We ask all of our guests, have you ever listened to the Shit Split? There's a split record by the band Filth and Blatz. One side is the
Hmm.
Filth side, one side is the Blatz side. It's called the Shit Split, lovingly. And
Hmm.
Yep.
there's three types of punks in the world: those who prefer the Blatz side, those who prefer the Filth side, and the fucking posers who haven't heard it before.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'm a poser. I've never heard it before, but I will. I will listen
Yeah,
to it.
All
you
right.
should
That's a
check it
good
I'll
out.
have
one.
an answer
It's
for
super
you.
good. It's one
Yeah.
side is very silly and one side is pretty serious.
Very serious. Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of
Okay.
the theory behind it.
Hmm. But you're not the first poser to have been on, so
Right.
don't worry.
Yeah.
We have
It's
plenty of posers on this show.
there's only a couple correct answers There's some wrong answers and there's a
Mhm.
handful of posers. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember I was hardcore punk, so
right, yeah, I know
so-
for sure. Yeah, we just give people a hard time about it because
Mhm.
the correct answer is Blatz.
Yeah, agreed. Blatz is the correct answer. Yeah.
Okay. The one punk band I used to listen to, Carmen introduced me to them, was the Subhumans.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Drugs Abuse.
Subhumans are super good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Subhumans are
yeah.
really anything Dick Lucas is involved in is
Great.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was great to see you again and super
Yes.
good talking to you. We should do it again. We're working on
Absolutely.
another podcast called Horizontal that's much more about politics.
Hmm.
So if you want to come on and
Yeah.
complain about
Oh, hell yeah.
politics with
Yeah.
us, we'd love to have you there too.
That'd be
And
awesome. Hmm.
if you get us MP3s of the Hardcore Motherfuckers, I would love to hear it. And if
Yeah.
you don't mind, we would post it as well so other people can
Hmm.
hear it.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's good
Because
fine.
shit.
I don't think I've ever heard you guys before, or if
No.
I have, I was so drunk that I probably don't remember it
Yeah.
because I was
Could be
probably like
too.
17 or 18 years old. So yeah, I'd like to
I'll
actually hear
send
it as an
you
adult
some of
and
the
sober.
stuff I did on my own too. I actually
Oh,
recorded
rad.
an entire, like, it was like 3 songs I did by myself, every instrument.
Hmm.
Nice.
And
That's fucking rad.
it was like a rockabilly mixed with like hardcore. It was like a rockabilly and Motorhead mixed together.
Nice.
Interesting. Hmm.
Sounds
Yeah.
fun. Awesome. Well, thanks for spending time with us. And we will post this. We usually release episodes
Every other
Saturday
Saturday.
mornings.
Hmm.
Okay.
So this coming Saturday we'll put it out and I'll be
Yep.
sure and message you the episode so you can have it
Hmm.
as well.
Okay. And then you put
And
my name down at Gina, not Jenna. I did that because I was a supervisor somewhere.
oh, okay.
But yeah,
Sure. Okay, cool.
yeah. But I'll be Dr. Gina in 3 years, hopefully.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
We'll
Uh
see.
Neckbone here holds 3 doctorates.
Uh-huh.
He just told me.
Right.
One. Would you like to tell her what your
Oh,
doctorates
sure.
are in?
So I have one in
Dr. Bonet.
healing touch, cryptozoology, and parapsychology.
Uh-huh.
I have them all from Thunderwood College Online.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you too would like to fast track your PhD, you can get on Thunderwood College Online and get it within 30 seconds, 20 seconds about.
Uh-huh.
So you don't have to wait 3 years, just 20 seconds. Done.
I think I'm
Did-
going to take the data science route.
Okay. Oh, so you want one from an accredited university? Okay, well
Yeah.
okay. If that's what you want to do, okay. Yeah.
Did you get a piece of paper that said you were a PhD in these things, or just were you at least able to print out a JPEG?
Well, you get a PDF. You get a PDF.
Okay, PDF.
So,
Good.
Yeah, basically it's just a PDF generator. Is what the whole website
I'm
is.
pretty sure that PhD PDF stands for
Uh-huh.
pretty damn for real.
Should I just put, instead of PhD, should I just put PDF after my name?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Dr. Bonet PDF.
Right.
It was super good to see you and talk to you.
Yeah.
And,
Thanks so much for coming on.
Do it again soon.
Yeah.
All right. You take care, guys.
Take it easy.
All right.
Good
All
night.
right, bye.
All right, we'll see you later. All right. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. We want to thank our patrons. Jer Bear, can you remember our patrons in order?
I can.
Oh, sweet.
In order?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the order is. The order
I don't
is
know
whatever
what the
we say
order
it
is either.
Yeah.
Adam,
Mm-hmm.
Johnny,
Yeah.
Chris,
Yup.
Mr. Power,
Yeah.
Alec.
Yeah. You got it. You
Knew I
did
could
it.
do it. Love
Yeah,
you
I'm proud of you.
guys.
Proud of you. It's tough to remember
Ayo.
five names.
5 people.
Yeah. Could you imagine if we actually did start getting more patrons? We'd have to actually.
We would have to
we'd
have
have
a
to look at
list
the
on
list. We'd have to
screen
look at it.
and
Yeah.
have to look at it.
Yeah. Five is the maximum amount of names I can remember. So that's already
Yeah,
pushing the
probably.
limit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
I
That's why I just refer to everybody as, I'll walk by somebody and just be like, there he is, there she is, or
I mean-
there they are. That's only 3 things I have to remember right there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you only have one kid. I have three,
Yeah,
so
it's tough.
that's tough as
I have
well.
a dog though too. I get the kid and the
Yeah.
dog mixed up all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have four cats and three chickens,
Oh
so
yeah.
there's a lot of names there
Did you
to
name the
keep track of.
chickens?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Hmm.
We have Beaker and
Uh-huh.
Hey Hey
Okay.
and Skunk or Flower. The other
Okay.
one who was Skunk or Flower died.
Okay.
Um,
You're not sure which one you still have.
I don't know.
Okay.
They're chickens.
Yeah, that's tough. But also they are not patrons, but you still gave them a shout out. That was nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Our cats have multiple names.
Hmm.
Um, my youngest has given them all extra names.
Oh yeah.
Usually they start with baby,
Uh-huh.
baby Tiz, baby Tups, baby Taz, baby Cow. Those are not their real names.
Oh, okay.
It's nicknames.
Oh, sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have a dog named Sharky, but sometimes he's
Sharky
sharks.
and
Sometimes he's
Sharky and Bones.
sometimes he's
I need to send
sharkaroni.
you that. I need to send you that song, Sharky and Bones,
Okay.
from
All
Jake
right.
and the Neverland Pirates.
Okay.
They're a pirate rock band.
Oh, okay. And they have sharks.
No, one of them's named Sharky and one of them's named Bones.
Okay.
They're Sharky and Bones.
Bonet. Hmm.
No, not Bonet. Bones.
Oh, okay. Bonets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, Bones.
Okay. I'll have to look into them. Pirate Rock.
Uh-huh.
Is that
Disney pirate rock.
Disney Pirate Rock?
Yeah. They play the theme music for Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
I can't tell if you're being serious right now.
I'm 100% serious.
It's too late for me to process the things you're saying right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I just
Well,
can't
I'll
deal. I
send it to
can't deal
you.
with it. Okay, send it to me.
I'm gonna
I'll
send it to
process it
you
in the morning.
tonight. No,
Okay, well, I'm
I'll,
not going to look at it till tomorrow because I can't process it right now.
you
I'm
could listen to it while you take your dog Sharky and Bones on a walk.
no. I can't do that. I mean, I could, but
Mm,
I'm not going to do that.
yeah, fair.
Hey, everybody, go to our website, www.prairiepunkpress.com. You can find all of our stuff there. And I will not be listening to Sharky and Bones while I walk my dog Sharky. I'll be listening to probably, I think I have Jurassic 5, I think, on my Spotify right now. So that's
Mm,
probably who I'll be listening to. But thanks for listening, everybody. Keep
yeah,
listening. And yeah, listen next time too.
tell your friends to listen.
Yeah.
Tell your mom to listen.
Tell your mom should listen to us.
Tell your tell your babysitter
Yeah.
to listen to us.
Right.
Tell your boss
Hmm.
to give you a raise
Hmm.
and fuck capitalism.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also fuck Elon Musk and delete your Twitter.
Right. And tell all moms to listen. We like moms, so they should listen
Moms are
to us.
great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Totally awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Bye.